I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dream.
Wake Up Club. It's a fantastic Friday in the Isle of Spice. I'm energized. I woke up today, you woke up today, which means Papa God is not done with us yet. There's still so much for us to do, so much for us to achieve, so much for us to learn, so much for us to be. A fantastic Friday. I said, the energy is here. I'm looking outside. People are bustling already. People getting ready for work. Fantastic weekend ahead. We're energized, and I'm happy, as I say, always to be in one of the safest islands, safest countries in the world. Goodness gracious, Grenada, pure Grenada, Isle of Spice. We're blessed to have the opportunity to wake up and breathe the fresh air. That despite the little bacchanal we have in politics, we still live in a safe and friendly, environment, So, it's another wake-up club. I don't take the clubbers for granted. I know you have options. You could be looking at something else this morning. If you're in the US, you could be looking at whatever Trump is doing new, So we value you. We like it that you've kept loyal to the Ride Along Network. You've kept loyal to the Wake Up Club. I'd like to ask you to do me a favor, share the live so other people can see the interview and we can have, a bigger family join the conversation. This morning, I am blessed to be speaking with royalty. I'll be speaking with none other than Finbar Andrew, short royalty when it comes to the music in Grenada, groovy, soca, calypso. He's done it all and always consistently put out good music out there. So definitely, I'm excited to have that conversation with him. We get to know the magic behind the man, his plans, all of that we're going to have in a conversation. So we take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or
Welcome back. And of course, Carnival in the air. So the bacchanal start. The first set of bacchanal start was the whole issue with the Prime Minister talking about the jab situation, and that it's too early for jab. Now, I have my feelings on that. I ain't no hypocrite, never been a hypocrite. Okay? I totally agree with the Prime Minister to an extent. You see, to me, Carnival launched and the thing start. But I also was inconvenienced by the jab in the road going down to Granans. Okay, for 2 weekends now. Number one, the oil in the road, nobody ain't doing what we normally do after Carnival to throw some sand and to make sure people tires won't skid and all of that. And also the disruption of traffic. Listen, I understand the importance of jab, and I like to watch people, okay? All you good hypocrite when all you're ready. All you good hypocrite, but I have no problem with it, okay? Because while I'm not a hypocrite, I don't lie on myself, okay? When my friends doing things, sometimes I stay quiet when people oppose it because I don't want to get in the fray and the mix of it. But I ain't no hypocrite, okay? I understand job, okay? All of us look forward to Carnival because, it stems from that emancipation and that slavery thing. And even though we have no master whipping chains on us, all of us want to be emancipated. We want to be emancipated from that bad relationship we're in, from that bad workplace or that terrible boss that we live in, okay, from the high prices of food. So we want to revel and we want to be free. And we could do it, but we need to take it off the road. It's not ready for the road yet. Okay? But all you have to politicize everything. The man right. The man is absolutely right. I ain't getting in the fray of the nonsense, okay? We must be honest people, okay? We must try our best to be honest. I will tell you, I could be biased too, I own when I am biased, but I'm not a hypocrite. And you shouldn't be a hypocrite too. What good for the goose, good for the gander. Okay? Now, Carnival City opened last night, Now, I know we're part of a woke generation, and every time you turn on YouTube, somebody telling you to be aspirational because we all want to be millionaires and billionaires, and nothing wrong with that. I just don't know if Port Louis Lawn is the right place for it. And I could do a disclaimer because some of them just want to remain friends with the people in the Spice Mass Corporation, because anytime you say something against them or you say something constructive, it's like you and them vex, okay? Because you're not entitled to an opinion. But I just have to remind myself that they go vex with me regardless what. I don't know if Port Louis Lawn is the place for that, okay? I'll give you kudos. I'm giving you kudos on the nice setup. I thought it was a brunch. It looked really good. I really hope that the aspirational people, these young people, will come out and support the Carnival City, because I know if they come in to listen to Kaiso. Okay, so you might have to fet it up. Okay, I just saying it's my opinion and I'm entitled to my opinion. Like some of all you're going to disagree with me, and I ain't going to vex with all you because all you're entitled to all your opinion too. That's how we live in the same peaceful country I tell all you about in the beginning. Now, I also want to commend Spice Mass. I was part of a judges workshop last weekend. It have one this Saturday and it have one next Saturday. I think the one this Saturday focusing on Calypso and Soca, and the next one focusing on Mass. I loved it. Okay, Colin Dow did an exceptional job talking about ethics and all of those different things. Listen, put a feather in your cap. You did a good job. But don't cut it off. Okay, don't cut it off to limit it to people. A lot of people want to learn to judge. They want to do different things. I just want you to open your mind. That is all I say. Okay, we have a great show in store for you this morning. We dive straight into our conversation with Shortpree when we come back. We'll be right back. Welcome back. And of course, this morning we're chatting with royalty. Shortpree, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Morning, good morning, blessings to everybody listening to the Wake Up Club. All the everyday people, Foxital, blessings to you. Great to see you again.
Listen, definitely. Always good to have a conversation with you. And I just said in my normal speech, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. I got to welcome you back. Welcome back. It's great to have you back on the music scene. And I have to ask you, my first question is, what inspired your decision to return to music after that break you took?
It's people every day. I have the Sprinters Athletic Club, and a lot of people don't know, but I never let it go. I took some years off to reboot because of the COVID. But I have a lot of kids in the club and a lot of parents, so they're always in my ears. Even some of the teachers in the school that my son is at, the boy, why you can't just so you too good to not be in it. You have to be. People have to hear the best of Grenada. You're still young. You're moving around so free. You still have to be there. So every day you're hearing that in your ears. Plus them children, learning, start to find out the coach is short free and he used to sing, and they start to go on YouTube and asking me, coach, well, why you stop singing? You have to sing. You got best to go back and sing. So every day you're hearing that. And then finally you export sending a rhythm for you, then next month sending a rhythm for you, and all of a sudden you find yourself back in the thing.
Listen, you tell me why you're back, and I know it might be personal. Why did you take the break?
Well, it's basically family and a lot of pressure from the government back then, basically influencing people to put a pressure on Shotpree because he out of place and whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, well, I mean, not to say I was being a millionaire or some hot tens of thousands of dollars making from it, so that was easy decision. I had my son Jiwari, who was 2.5-3 years at that time, and I say, well, that is the opportunity to spend more time with him. I still didn't even get to spend more time with him because I realized staying away without having a proper job for the first 3 months, if I start to spend that time with him, I will go broke. So I still had to leave. COVID-19 take me in Canada for a few years and then come back to Grenada. And I just decided, well, I still have to find a way to build myself from scratch, so I just can't dive back into music. So I had to take the years off. 2022, moved down to the mainland to start a new journey up to 2025. I did tell some people that I would take 5 years and I'll take 6, but basically, well, I did take 5 because last year I did put out one song and enter the groovy competition, and this year make it the 6th year. So I think good vibes, good rhythm. The children and them have me busy. My son is a kind of person. He's very agile, very brilliant. So I have to try to keep up with him. So that kind of boosts up my energy a bit. So that even is something I could say helping me to be in the flow of the thing so quickly.
Listen, definitely. Now, listen, you recently released a video, and we're going to play it shortly for your song Flowers or Bouquet Now. Yeah, it carries a powerful message of appreciation, okay, of the life that we have, because I always, tell people we need to be grateful, we need to show appreciation. Can you tell me about the inspiration behind this track?
Well, Carnival Saturday Kayak Mass this year, I was coming from the Osprey and ended up in a vehicle collision, and was a very serious one too. And just sitting there and then people realizing it's Shotpree and then hearing them say, bye, I just so we could have lose that man, but that man do a lot of great music, and that man think 3 days later when I was sitting down and all the voices from the people that was talking when they realized that was me in the accident, he just keep coming back to me, and I'm like, yo, just so people were ready to be funeral talking that kind of good thing about me, and nobody don't even care where I've been the last 5 years.
most definitely. Listen, we're gonna take in this video now, and when we come back, I want to talk about the journey. Okay,
yes,
folks, this is, give me, what's the right name of it? Is it Flowers or is it Bouquet Now?
Bouquet Now.
No. Okay, give me my Bouquet Now.
Well, me can't stand by Shotpree like he give up on us all, right? No, they know. Why I just find people who like to give people their flaws when they're alive, like they like want to wait until we're dead. My spirit go to back up from my casket. All I know is I want me flowers. What it? Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. All I know is I want me flowers. What it? Wait until I go 6 feet under. Bring me and me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. Not on my grave, and me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. Go call me there. I ain't asking for much. Go and tell the truth about me. And see what will happen. I ain't asking for much. Just go and ask the truth and say what you care from the people. All I know is I want me flowers. I say wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. All I know is I want me flowers. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. And me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. Not on my grave. And me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. call me name. Call me name now alive, and I can hear it. Shot. No matter with the crocodile tears all over my casket. Everybody know me as a man with a funny spirit. I always serious. Nobody come crying with your nice words, so I man go lose it. All I know is I want me flowers before I leave. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me the. All I know is I want me flowers before I leave. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise. And me bouquet now. While I go smell them. Give me bouquet now. Not on my grave. And me bouquet now. While I go smell them. Give me bouquet now. Oh, call me name. Call me name, call me name. Let me hear it. Call me name, let we celebrate. Call me name, now I'm alive. Call me name, let me hear it. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them now. Don't wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them now. Don't wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise. And me bouquet now. While I go smell them. Give me bouquet now. Not on my grave. And me bouquet now. While I go smell them. Give me bouquet now. Go call me there. One call it no man.
Are you a
Welcome back. Listen, Short Pre, most definitely. Timely message, very important message. Okay. And before I go on to my question, I hope that that will inspire people. Okay. And I know Spice Mass watching. Okay. Because somebody might call them and say, Cook, run him out and all you. So they're watching. So I want them to take this little thing. Okay. Give them people their flowers. There are a lot of people who have contributed to the art form in one way or the other. We need to give them the flowers now. Take the one good thing Cook saying, because let us say I run in my mouth. You know, there are a lot of people, okay? I could tell you for Queen Show, people like Valerie Steele, people like Cutie Radix, okay? And I go back way in this thing, you know, I go back to where Cutie would give me the poster with them girls' pictures and I go and put it on Nikki's shoe store. And I had to stand up there and wait to hear the comments about the girls because people used to gather around. I doing this for years. I am 52 now, but there are people doing it long before me. And they need to get their flowers. And I'm sure you could find it in Kaiso. You could find it in all the different art forms, bending wire, all these different things. Give people the flowers now. I hope that you all will take that message. It's an important message in all aspects of life. Give people their flowers now. Now, Shortly, I had to ask you this, okay? How does the theme of the song resonate with your own personal experience and journey in the music industry?
Well, I mean, as the intro in the song say, when the person say Short Pre, like to give up on a son or hour, I say, nah man, I just find some people don't like to give people what they deserve. You know, basically, like as you were saying a while ago, Spice Mass Corporation would say Short Pre do probably the most free events for them. They have no, and just go back to the beginning from Dexter Mitchell and even before him up to 2015, 16. I do the most free events. Sometimes I pay us free on me own to come to Grenada. And when people start to mature, get older, you realize they start having children, they start having family, they start becoming family people. I think Spice Mass Corporation, there should be people in there to say, yo, this man has been giving us for 15 years. It's time for we to realize we cannot ask for the same things from these men as we've been asking for them the last 15 years. Now it's time for we to make sure that when we call them, we set them up. We know set them up. We have other people know who we are to steal with them, because there is a lot of brilliant young artists coming up who still have to give. You know, a lot of them so lucky. The first year they one big tune, they still even get. But Spice Mass Corporation, there is a corporation for a reason, not just to use, but also to make sure they supporting the people who has made sure the entity go from one stage to the next stage. You can't just say shot free boy, yo, make groovy in Grenada, go big and shot free. But there is no action to suit your words. And if you think that shot free not sitting there thinking or let's say analyzing what's going on, and you're actually taking the man for a fool.
Mhm.
And if you're trying to take somebody for a fool, then they go get vexed.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Listen,
as a
go ahead.
human being, people must understand you just cannot take from people. You also have to support and give to those people that help you along the way.
Most definitely. And I hope that they will listen, and that the song itself, Bouquet Now, will be the inspirational message throughout the season and make people not only in Carnival or in Spice Mass really
Everything.
look at that, at giving people their flowers now. Now I've got to ask you about your performance journey. As a former Groovy Monarch, what has been your most favorite performance moment, and how does that shape your approach to live shows today?
Wow. My
Mhm.
favorite performance moment was not even in Grenada. It was like in Dominica, the Windward Islands, a
Okay.
place that I had never been before. And then when I went on stage, I mean, Talpri was there, and he could tell all you. When I came off the stage, he was like, "Yo, you've been here already. Yo, that the band is yours." I wanted to know, well, if these people knew me, or if, and boom, from there, a
Uh-huh.
confidence jumped in me. That was like in 2012, and that
Uh-huh.
confidence never left me. When I came back to Grenada, I started seeing myself more free on stage, letting out myself self some more. Like the people gave me so much of a vibes that I was like, maybe I'm holding back on my own people when I'm on stage in Grenada. So that moment really shaped me to be a better performer on stage, realizing that people actually appreciate me on while I'm on stage. It don't matter about where I'm from or who I am. And people always in your head about, boy, from Caracou, them great, and you watch them, they like
Mhm.
they people, they can turn their back on you. So you always have that in the back of your mind. But then
Uh-huh.
going to somebody else's island and still getting that same appreciation like how I used to get on the mainland is
Mhm.
like, yo, I have to give Grenada like everything, because people actually appreciate what we do. It don't matter if we're Grenadians, it don't matter if we come out in Trinidad and come to Grenada, it don't matter if we come out from Dominica and come to Grenada, or go from Grenada to Antigua. The appreciation is like one people, one family, because the culture is intertwined. All
Mhm.
of us come out from Africa.
Yeah, listen, it's about evolution. We're all evolving, or music is evolving. And then I have to ask you about that. I have to ask you about your music evolution. How do you think your music has evolved during your time away? And I know you have lots more to release. I know something releasing tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, Tell me how that evolution and the new influences that you're putting into your new music. Tell me about your evolution and what
It's
we can expect from the new music you're going to release shortly.
Well, that's a great question, because when I started out, I started listening to a lot of Ajamo and, let me say, Flying Cloud, Flying Turkey, and those older guys. And the construct in music is totally different than what we do now. The
Mhm.
musical impact and the vocal impact they had, the clarity is totally different. They used to focus more on that. Nowadays, the young artists now focus on more the hook line and the banging of the beat. It don't matter how musically well it's arranged, but it's how you put those little rhythms and things together to make a rhythm. So
Mhm.
it was kind of difficult, to be honest, to transition between 2019 and 2020. Well, 2018, the end of 2018 to 2021, because you're
Mhm.
getting a little frustrated that, the people can realize that you, in your mind, you're thinking the music getting worse, but
Mhm.
you don't realize it's just a generational shift. So basically, what might be bad for you because you is one of those that was adopted in the generation of the Zingo and Ajamo them, is not really
Uh-huh.
bad. It's just different. So I had to at the time of really train my mind to adapt and understand that you just can't come and just feel what they're doing is not good. You have to realize what they're doing is them. So you have to find a way now to connect with them, not forgetting the roots that have you where you are. So I think the last 5 years really taught me a lot. And as I say, I'm around children more than people think. I'm around children almost every day. So listening to them and the honest opinion when they're speaking to one another actually teaches me so much that I could always intertwine and keep up with the generation to put stuff in my music so that when they hear it, it can connect to them as well.
Most definitely. Now I got to ask you about cultural significance, because soca and groovely is woven into our Caribbean culture. You know, how do you see your role as an artist in promoting and preserving the genres?
Well, definitely, I would say first of all, we can't forget the roots, because if you forget the roots, then you're always gonna have something that is not good. You have to remember the root. Even though you want to switch it up, you have to remember that carnival and culture is not about a street party; it's about a celebration. And if you're celebrating, you have to be inclusive. You understand? I don't want people to get me wrong when I say sometimes we like too much foolishness, but sometimes we like too much foolishness. There is no inclusion in enough events for my grandmother or my mom or my auntie and them. It's like you all of a sudden, because we realize fet making 100% of the people want to make fet for people 35 or 40 years and under. And I'm saying there is a whole heap of people in Grenada. Why they have to wait until Judah put on a show that they could get to go in a show? Why are we not having more events? And why are we not having our artists or younger artists train themselves to go and perform for a crowd that is sitting also? Why they always have to be, how you have to do events, and all events is for people that jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up. That means you're training our artists to be one way that they cannot represent when they go out. When they go to China and everybody sit down and they don't know the language, then everything just sounds like crazy to them. No, there is a lot of artists in Grenada who can sing for people in any and every country, but those artists are not the favorite artists of those in the institutional places who selected artists to go anywhere. So the good artists never go anywhere. They always put their friends and send them. Or somebody close could influence them to, nah, we don't take in he, we will take he's too much a problem. He go wanting to be too correct. So they take the ones who don't really, who don't take anything last minute and don't want to plan nothing, who is the cheapest person who could represent, then they take that. I believe that high quality is what we are as a people. Our forefathers was kings and queens. Maurice Bishop wanted the best for his people, and I could see the current prime minister, I could see he's on a level of thought of making sure that even though we enjoy ourselves, we can't just play like, oh, we just out of order. And the statement he made, I stand by it too with the Jab. Jab could play in the bush, you understand? Because as I say, Jab don't have to be playing in the main road, the busiest road in Grenada. And that's how people just always say, oh, this and all that. No, we are a high-class people. Don't forget that. We can't make ourselves low standard because we want to prove something. And that is a lot of the things that are acceptable nowadays. So I want people to understand you can't divert from culture and roots. When you want to promote culture, keep the high-class mentality within it, not forgetting anyone who is living here with us.
Most definitely. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club via the Ride Along Network. We take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Welcome back, clubbers. And of course, just remind you to share the live so other people can benefit from this conversation, can hear the kind of rapport we have. You know, listen, great information, a wealth of information. Make sure you share the live. Now, Shelby, I got to talk to you. You've collaborated with many people in the past. Can you tell us about any collaborations now or collaborations you're looking forward to?
Well, the song that we're releasing today, when I was writing the song, I keep hearing someone's voice, and I was like, yo, Slatter, I have to put Slatter in that tune. So the song today does feature Slatter today.
Okay. So
Yes.
tell me, go
I'm
ahead.
open to doing combination or collaborations, but I think it's something that the mentality of the people or the person that you have to do a collaboration have to kind of match yours. Some people might be not serious as you, and then you realize, nah, that can't happen. So most collaboration, I would say, it would happen maybe on a spur of the moment thing. Like if you does day in studio, somebody else hit you up and you get a vibe that you and that person will just do a collaboration. But to say plan something with anyone, I have no plans at all.
Okay. Now I've got to talk to you about inspiration, because you are an inspiration not only in the music industry, but as a human being, especially with the children that you're working with. You are a positive influence and have always been a positive influence in people's lives. I've got to ask you, as royalty, as we would say in the soca and groovy arena, what advice would you give to up and coming artists who want to make their mark in this industry?
Do not be afraid to work. Do not be afraid to put in the work. Do not always think that the first thing that comes to your mind, that you have a liability to choose that or use that as your first building stone. Because everything that is built properly has a lot of planning going into it, has a lot of mistakes and drawback and refilling going into it. Everybody that works every day, a painter, a builder, person in the office, make a mistype on the computer, they have to overcheck, second check. You as an artist, you are not special to anybody else on the face of the earth. Take your time, listen it over, put the work into yourself. Do not be afraid to put work into yourself. Make sure that when you're doing something that you want people to look at you and say, that is the man I want doing it for me. Take your time and do it right. Do not be afraid to put in work on yourself.
Okay, and also listen to constructive criticism.
Don't be afraid. If you want to sing for people and you don't want people to tell you how you are, well, you're in the wrong business as an artist. You're singing for people. You are releasing music for people, and everybody does not have the same air. They does not have the same mind or thought. So when people tell you things about your music, stop jumping in your feelings and going and tell people about themselves and the family. As an artist, that is a no-no, and I don't tolerate that at all. If you don't want people to criticize you, go and be something else where you don't have to portray anything for people. Respect people when they give their opinion. Don't take no disrespect, but respect people when they give the opinion. And when people speak, learn to listen. The worst thing somebody might tell you might be the best thing that somebody tell you when you go and sit down and cool yourself in a corner about 3 hours later.
Okay, most definitely. Listen, a lot of people have just joined the conversation, so I want to give them the video again, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up with my final questions. Ladies and gentlemen, flowers, or as the correct name, bouquet now.
Give them it now.
Play flowers when they're alive, like they want to wait until we're dead. My spirit goes back there from my casket. All I know is I want me flowers. Wait until I go 6 feet under. All I know is I want me flowers. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Bring me ashes and me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. Not on my grave, hand me bouquet now. While I can smell them, give me bouquet now. Go call me there. I ain't asking for much. Go and tell the truth about me. And see what go happen. I ain't asking for much. Just go and ask the truth and say what you care from the people. All I know is I want me flowers. I say wait until I go 6 feet under. while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now. Go call me name. Call me name now alive, and I can hear it. No matter with the crocodile tears all over my casket. Everybody know me as a man with a funny spirit. I always serious. No matter come crying with your nice words, so I man go lose it. All I know is I want me flowers before I leave. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me this. All I know is I want me flowers before I leave. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise. And me bouquet now, while I go smell them. Give me bouquet now, not on my grave. And me bouquet now, while I go smell them. Give me bouquet now. Go call me name. Call me name, call me name. Let me hear it. Call me name, let we celebrate. Call me name, now I'm alive. Call me name, let me hear it. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them. Wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise. And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, not on my grave. And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now. Go call me there. One call it no man.
Welcome back, folk. Of course, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club via the Ride Along Network. And of course, we're chatting with the one and only Short Pre. Now, Short Pre, my next question is double-edged because, you know, number one, two-part, will you be in competition this year? And some people say that competition is what is destroying the art form. And then some people say the competition has encouraged people to step up their game. Are you going to be in competition this year? And what is your thoughts on competition as a whole?
Well, I definitely will be in the competition because everybody that basically who was been asking me to come back in the art form has been telling me you need it on the groovy stage. You have to be on the groovy stage. So basically, if I'm coming back, then I have to be in the competition. Mm-hmm. Competition destroying the art form, I don't know about that. Mm-hmm. I think that there is people in specific positions who using the position as power or using the position to influence the competition. Mm-hmm. And that is what spoiling the competition, but competition ain't spoiling the music at all. Mm-hmm. I mean, the competition let Grenadians and the rest of the world see that there is not only 3 or 4 groovy artists in Grenada. Because let's be honest, groovy artists and groovy songs in Grenada kind of get killed out during carnival season because we are a jab nation. Mm-hmm. So we basically gravitate towards a lot of the jump and hype and jab music. I mean, Short Pre go get play, Dash go get play, Vaughn, a couple other people, Boise, when he sings his group is gonna get play because of course Boise is a power name. Mm-hmm. But then from that, then Valin don't get in play, then a few other people don't get in play because in the opinion of the DJs, maybe their song don't connect to the DJ, so the DJ don't really want to play it a few times to get accustomed to it. So a lot of our good groovy music, Mandela, a couple other people, I don't want to call them because I might forget people. Their music get lost. So basically the competition now, when you watch 10, 11 people and then you realize, what? Where are this? All of them song is on a high level. And that alone tell you that competition could be never bad. It's just making sure that we use the competition for the right reasons. When we have people judging, it's not people we select, but people who are selected because of what the records say when they are in the competition judging, that the competition always be judged better. Mm-hmm. And that is the only issue we have with competition. But competition cannot kill the festival because the festival is about us. Is what we could give the world. We want to change it into something else. It's about us. It's about us, the people of Grenada. It's about us, the people who is taking part. And then we have a corporation who just supposed to oversee and make sure that everything is in order and smoothly running. Sometimes I get the feeling like the corporation think that they put in charge to control and to point which direction thing must go. But I think the people who should be truthful to themselves, honest with themselves, and stop talking foolishness because they're in a position and they want to influence how people should think about others. They should be honest with themselves and understand that their role is to bring in the best people they know to help them manage a festival, which the government is giving them enough money to run. Stop the influencing because of position. Stop calling people name because you want people to have an opinion on them, and do what you have to do in honest nature. Be honest and be supportive to the people who you know you should be supportive to. It don't matter if you like how the person does approach or not. As long as when somebody asks you, did they disrespect you? No. Well, if they don't disrespect you, what about you don't want them to be themselves? Be honest. Let us be great. Honesty make people great. Honesty really does make people great.
Most definitely. Now, in the beginning of our interview, you did mention something. You mentioned the fact that sometimes we forget that Carnival is ours, Spice Mass is ours, but they're different fractions. They're different people who enjoy Spice Mass. So as a DJ, yes, you're with the young crowd and it's the vibe and the jab and the hype, but there is a huge generation, a huge part of Grenadians that love the groovy music.
Of course. And because Grenada groovy, remember, Grenada had about 1 or 2 groovy artists back then. You could say Ajamo and Randy Isaac and then Sheldon Douglas joined in, and there was nobody else. And now Grenada's groovy now. Look, I mean, we just won the Ultimate Soca Championship with a groovy song from Black Adan. From Grenada. A Grenada produced, mixed and mastered song with an artist. I mean, he was probably born in Trinidad, but we know Black Adan is a Grenadian artist. Yes,
most definitely.
So basically, our groovy music is now right there at the top, matching with everybody else who want to call themselves the top. So Grenadian really want our people to start showing a little more effect in the groovy side. Grenadian people go to a brunch, go to all these parties and play the Grenadian groovy and see what it's doing to the crowd. So why now? I mean, why when I go in semifinals after all these years, I go in the office and they give me $500 for semifinals check, and people still looking at me like I should not say nothing about it. Because $500 in 2024 for a semifinal, something we was getting back in 1948, and nobody should speak about it. I mean, nobody think that nothing else get expensive within the last 15 years. Like I paid $500 for my suit. I realized I just bought the semi-final. Mr. Ethan, the police officer who write my music shit, the man just tell me, yo, shut don't worry about that, because I realize, what? By you $500 they give you? I say, yeah. He say, but don't even pay me to go, don't even worry about it. And I'm like, yo, if a young artist make a semi-finals and he realize, like, yo, I get $500 EC dollars in Grenada in 2024, and no, he just come back, he start to talk already. No, I didn't just come back, I've been there. Why you don't say, why should I right, no long he did it. He just come back, he started to talk. And that is the mentality that have our music, our good music, like groovy music, which should be celebrated more where it is, because you don't want to give the people enough credit, enough views, enough support that they could make sure that it fly away just like the jab music. Because jab alone, we want to hench on it back. Why we can show people that we are way, way more than that?
Most definitely. But I can identify with you. If you have a voice and you're saying something that's not popular, even though it's right, you get ostracized or you get blacklisted. It's the culture, okay? The funny thing about it, and I have learned, is that, I can't make them like me. They're going to dislike me regardless what. But I've got to speak the truth.
They will find something to dislike you regardless what. So why Why worry about what they go think anyway?
Okay. Listen, but I've got to say this. Gabby Bernard made this comment when we were talking about competition. She says the competitive nature of the competition leads to artists only releasing music once a year, making soca and groovy more seasonal. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I will tell you that Short Print never sing a song for competition, but he has won the national title 3 times because I don't think Colin Dow, before Colin, I hear you mention his name.
Yeah.
He was brought to Carriacou by the association back then, like it was a long time, I think it was 2010 or no, 2008 to do a Calypso seminar in Carriacou. And before 2008, I could not even make the competition on only once before with Bona Chichiman in the early days. And that's because as a young artist, I keep writing songs, throwing words for competition. And I just couldn't make the competition. When Mr. Colin Dow come and explain in that seminar that is all about characteristics and storyline and having I was like, yo, and are they wasting time? And I was so good in literature class in being characteristic and storyline indicative. So from that workshop, I started writing songs that has nothing to do with competition. And since then, my music just take off. All my music has gone to the next level. I win with Summertime and I sing Set the Mood and all the songs. Those songs travel out of Grenada. A lot of the competition songs that for power soca probably has not left Grenada, but the popular songs has left Grenada, has won the competition in Grenada. So yeah. I wouldn't say that I would agree 100%, but the competition songs sometimes you just be in the competition finals only because you have a big song.
Most definitely. And you talk about flowers, and I didn't mention it earlier, but you just gave Colin his flowers. And I'm going to tell you, last week, Saturday, he gave you your flowers because he spoke about your evolution and he spoke about that very same workshop, okay? Wow. And what he saw come out of you after that. And you see, let me tell you something. Your life is poetic.
Wow.
And it comes full circle. Now, I've got to ask you about legacy, okay? Because ultimately, what do you hope your legacy will be in the music industry?
I just want people to say that Short Pre was a damn good artist. Like, forget anything personal and just be honest. As the song say, go and ask the truth and say what you hear from the people. Ask about Short Pre. And they go say, oh, Short Pre, but I look crazy. But that man was a Dan, but that man is the Dan in Groovy, but nobody better than Short Pre. I hear people in Carolina saying that in front of the Carolina's artists. I go in St. Patrick's and St. Patrick's people say that in front of the St. Patrick's artists. So go by the people and be honest. Be honest with yourself. Give people the dues. If Coxita had an idea and you know it's great, don't leave out the idea because in your mind he might get credit. Have it in your mind that we should give him credit. We should, and we will give him credit because that was his. Short Prick come up with, is the one who put Grenada Groovy on the map. Don't say it when you meet him in the face. By what? You is the boy. And then when you reach somewhere else, then you start to talk about somebody else and never even once for 2 seconds or 20 minutes speak about the person that you're playing with behind closed doors. You want to shake your hand and congratulate.
Most definitely. Now listen, I am thankful that you agreed to appear on the Wake Up Club this morning because I'm going to tell you, I am friends with a lot of artists, okay? But lately, some of them I had to beg and plead, okay? Some of them reach the point right now where they tell me, oh, call my manager.
Wow.
Okay, that's the level, okay? Some of them will spin you around. So I am happy that someone of your caliber, with your kind of repertoire, has agreed to come and speak with me this morning and share all this information. I am very appreciative of that. I want you to know, okay? I've known you a long time. We could go back to the kicks of that same song you talk about, Bona Chichi Man, when you come and you ask me. When you come and ask me. Yes, when you come and ask me to sew for you, and I say you're singing Bona Chichi Man, and you come in and ask me to sew for you. Okay, but we have been able to maintain a professional friendship
But I would
because of
say,
mutual respect.
that you didn't just say that and cut me off. You actually point me to the direction of somebody who will do a good suit for me to do the performance. You didn't just say, "Yo, I don't include in that time," and shut me off. You actually helped me and put me to the direction of somebody who will do it great for me.
And we definitely have worked in the past, so
All
definitely
the time.
we're going to work again. You know, the support is always there, the genuine love is always there. Now, you know, before we leave, I want to give you the floor to talk to us. Tell us what you want us to know. What can we look forward to? You know, what concerns you? You know, what makes you happy? You know,
Yes.
as you enter into Spice Mass 2025.
Well, first of all, I want to say to all our young ladies, you are the most precious thing we island have. Our young women, you are the most precious thing that our island has. And the most precious things in every situation must know they must put themselves at the high standard at all times, because the most precious thing should be the hardest one to get to. My young ladies, you are the most precious thing we have. Start understanding those things. Start making it and treating yourself and making others treat you like you know that you are the most precious thing we have in this nation. And our nation would go great from strength to strength from there. As long as our women understand that they are great and they are precious and they would not stoop to nobody's standard, our nation will be great. Our spice mass will be great. Nobody will chastise and disturb nobody. Our men will have respect for them and will defend them, because we don't want nobody come and disrespect them. And I think that we have to follow suit. Make sure we hold our women honest. Don't encourage them to drop the standard. Be nice to them and encourage them to be a superstar, because that's what they are. And our nation will thrive when our women are thriving. Our spice must go thrive when our women understand that when they portray, they're representing the nation, and people have to say, wow, I want to be there. That is all I have to say. Let the season be great. I am bringing out great music. We have amazing songs, because as I say, I ain't coming and put out no quick thing. All of my songs will be masterpiece, and everybody will feel like that song is my song.
Most definitely. Listen, again, I want to thank you. I'm looking forward to the release with you and Slatter later on, right?
Yes.
Okay,
One Nation, One Jab Jab. That's the name of the song. One Nation, One Jab Jab. Produced by Eugene. Eugene has been a stalwart in the music, worked on the tour on the ships and came back. Now he's at home. Did a rhythm. Amazing Jab Symphony rhythm. Later, One Nation, One Jab Jab. Pupa Lindy is on the rhythm also. And I think even Temptress and Jab King is on the rhythm.
Most definitely. Listen, I want to thank you again for joining us on the Wake Up Club. And of course, every success in 2025. If I could help in any way, make sure you reach out. You know, definitely I am team Short Pre, because I am team anybody that's team everybody, because you want everybody to succeed. And that is the hallmark of not only a great artist, but a good human being. So I want to thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for bringing me on this amazing show, the Wake Up Club, as we say, and that we have to make people understand when you wake up in the morning, you have to wake up with peace. You have to wake up with grace. Go with grace and make sure that lead you throughout the day. Thanks for having me, Mr. Cook. Thanks for having me, Junior. Blessings to the Wake Up Club. It's going to get bigger and it's going to grow from here.
Definitely. Okay. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club. We take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Get ready for rides. Amazing colours, the Experience Spice Mass 2025. This year we on the water. Packages on sale.
Welcome back, folk. And definitely, you know, we started this program with gratitude, and we end it with gratitude. Listen, what an inspiring conversation, because we were talking about music, but we were talking about humanity as well. And I love the fact that he encouraged people and most definitely the women to understand their value this season, okay? And recognize themselves as queens this season. And definitely based on the comments, that has been nicely received. And I want to encourage all of you to understand and know your worth in whatever aspect of life you're in, whether it's in the job place, whether it's in a relationship, marriage, whatever it is. Understand and know and own your worth. Just don't say, I know I worth this and I know I worth that. Okay? Own your worth. Listen, you saw that we're advertising. We're going to be on the sea this year. The tickets limited, so make sure you get your tickets early. We're going to put all that information out there so you'll know about it. Listen, folks, thank you. It's a fantastic Friday. I want to wish you a fantastic weekend. Listen, today, now is the opportunity for you to become a better person, a better version of the person you were yesterday. It's all about growth. It's all about love. Have a good one. See you on Tuesday morning.
And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, go call me there. I ain't asking for much, go and tell the truth about me. And see what will happen. I ain't asking for much, just go and ask the truth and say what you care from the people. All I know is I want me flowers. I say wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me it. All I know is I want me flowers before they wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me the and me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, not on my head. And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, go call me there. Call me name now alive, and I can hear it. No matter with the crocodile tears all over my casket. Everybody know me as a man with a funny spirit. I always serious. No matter come crying with your nice words, so I man go lose it. All I know is I want me flowers before they wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me the all I know is I want me flowers before they wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise and give me bouquet now, while I go smell them. Give me bouquet now, not on my grave. And me bouquet now, while I go smell them. Give me bouquet now, go call me name. Call me name, let me hear it. Call me name, let we celebrate. Call me name, now I'm alive. Call me name, let me hear it. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them. Don't wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me them. All I know is I want me flowers. Give me them. Don't wait until I go 6 feet under. Give me praise. And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, not on my grave. And me bouquet now, while I can smell them. Give me bouquet now, go call me there. Go and call it no man.